Last night, I was drawn into another dream, my form untethered from the earth. I was merely a consciousness, hovering above a wet, muddy road. I observed how the gray sky reflected in the puddles scattered along the path. The road seemed to act as a guide, gradually unveiling an abandoned village. The buildings were skeletal, their once sturdy frames now succumbing to the relentless march of decay. A light wind breeze played amidst the fog, giving it motion and life. It swirled around corners and slipped through the empty spaces between the buildings. The sky was overcast, the clouds a uniform blanket of gray, yet through this veil the moon peeked, a pale, diffused light casting ghostly shadows across the landscape. The air was cold, carrying the scent of earth and rotting wood. The village felt like a memory, but not my own. I was just a visitor, an ephemeral presence wandering through someone else's forgotten landscape. But one question lingered in my mind. Why was I here? Was I supposed to see something? Or is all of this meaningless? At the heart of this desolation was the church, its steeple a stark silhouette against the gray sky, a sentinel watching over the abandonment. As I drifted through the muted landscape, a sense of unease clung to me. And then I saw it again, the ghost, motionless and menacing, standing on the muddy road. The wind, gentle yet persistent, played around it, sending tendrils of mist curling and dancing in a silent waltz. Something felt unsettling. It was like an undercurrent, a whisper in the back of my mind that hinted at a deeper, darker truth. It was one of those dreams where understanding goes beyond the visual. You just know. This was no ordinary dream. It was a nightmare, cloaked in the guise of stillness. The ghost, standing there, became the epicenter of my fear. Suddenly, I felt myself being pulled towards the ghost. It was a slow, inexorable drift, like being caught in a current with no power to change course. The closer I got, the stronger the sense of dread became. It was a silent scream in my mind, a voiceless warning that this approach was not of my choosing. I began to levitate, as if pulled by unseen strings. The ghost stood amidst the swirling fog, its form becoming more imposing as I ascended. Then, piercing the thick veil of silence, the sound of a church bell rang out. It was a clear, resonant chime that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. The sound cut through the quiet like a sharp knife, startling in its clarity amidst the dream's hazy atmosphere. At the sound of the bell, the ghost suddenly vanished. It was as if the bell's toll had broken a spell, dispelling the apparition with its sonorous call. The ghost may have vanished, but the ominous feeling it left behind remained. As I continued to levitate, rising higher and higher, the line between the dream and something far more unsettling began to blur, leaving me to wonder if I would ever stop floating, or if this eerie suspension was now my new, unending reality. All I found myself yearning for was to wake up.